What up YouTube, it is Pluck the Master Gamer here, and today's video I'm actually doing pretty much just like an update video. So if you watch my videos you might know that I've mentioned a few times that I'm a move-in, and I am now fully moved in to my girlfriend's house. Well, more or less fully moved in. You know, we're still getting some things situated and whatnot, but one of these surprises that I had for you guys, which was also kind of a surprise for me, was my new racing cockpit setup that I got going on here. So my girlfriend ended up getting this for me for Christmas, but we had nowhere to put it until we moved, so I didn't get to use it until February, which is now, and I'm starting to like it a lot. And one of the things that I really wanted to feature, which you may remember, is my e-brake. Now, I originally had it mounted on here, so I had just like a couple plates I had got from Home Depot. I had them mounted right here, and you know, I had the metal bar here with a Xbox controller, and I just kind of had like a lever with a string headed to the joystick on the Xbox controller, and it worked. It worked pretty well actually, but it didn't quite work for this cockpit setup, so I had to re-engineer the whole thing. And as you can see here, I've actually refined my design quite a bit, which is nice. So you'll see here I still have the same kind of like spring setup. There's a string there that goes under and through here, and it goes through the hole in this plastic box. And you will notice that it is a plastic box and it is not an Xbox controller. So let me get out my little screwdriver here so I can show you guys what's going on down here. This I got at Home Depot. It was just like a plastic, I don't know, like plumbing box or something. I'm not really sure what it was for. It was for like PVC pipes or something. But it's some sort of electrical box. And it was like $4.50. It was pretty damn cheap, so it didn't break the bank. And it was just the right size for what I needed. And so what I did was I took the Xbox controller and I took it apart and I stripped it down to just the PCB. I took out all the components that I didn't need, pulled out some of the other buttons and weird things that were in there, and I basically just got some hot glue and I hot glued it to the bottom of this. There's another hole in the back side of this. It also kind of stuck out pretty far like this one here, so I had to trim it off completely so it would fit against the metal bar here. And then of course I have the joystick on there still with a little key ring that's attached to the string here. So you know, you pull this back and it pulls the string, which pulls the joystick. So it's a pretty simple setup, but it works pretty well. And I already had the string break on me once, so I had to like kind of re-engineer that. It's a little loose right now because this bolt, every time you pull the handbrake, this bolt loosens. I still need to reapply the thread lock that I had there before, so that doesn't happen. But once I do that, that'll be nice and good. So yeah, that's the e-brake setup. Overall, it didn't cost me that much. It was about, what, $5 for this box here. This is just kind of like a metal like L bracket thing that I had. I kind of just drilled some holes in it, ran some bolts through it. Got about like $5 worth of bolts and washers and nuts and all sorts of different things. So I mean, that's like $10 right there. This metal bar here, it was like probably another like $5 or $6. I just kind of cut it up, shaped it, added some string. So I mean, overall, this whole thing, you know, I guess the springs costed money too, but overall it costed me maybe like $25 to make this thing, not including the cost of the Xbox controller. I just had a spare 360 controller laying around, so I just took that bad boy apart and decided to use that. So I mean, you know, you have the cost of the controller, it's like what, $40-50 maybe to make a homemade handbrake that's custom to whatever setup you got. I mean, I guess you'd probably have to buy this metal bracket if you didn't already have one laying around. Basically what this is, just a rack mount bracket. So I have a mixer, and if you want to mount it into a rack, you would apply those things to the side that would allow you to bolt it down. But it's an all steel setup. It's all like steel tubing and whatnot. So there's all sorts of points where you can, you know, bolt stuff down or weld it if you had to. So I really like this new setup. One grief that I have with it is the fact that I can't run the pedals in GT style. I got to run them into F1 format. So I took the back plate off and all that stuff because it just got in the way. But it works fine. It doesn't really matter for me. But yeah, it's a nice, comfortable racing chair. It's like fully adjustable, just like the one in your car would be. You can recline it, you know, front and back. There's a little lever there to slide it forward and back on the frame. And then, of course, this loosens so that the whole pedal and steering wheel assembly can slide out. So that's really nice. One problem that I have had, since the T150 doesn't have mounting holes, you have to use the clamp. There's about like 2 inches here that have to like stick out. which I would assume would be solved with, that problem would be solved if I had a different wheel that could mount to here, because it would actually be slid back a little bit, but the steering wheel is too close to my hands, and the pedals are too far away from my feet, but the steering wheel is mounted as far back as it can go on this plate here, which means that there's really nothing I can do about it. I guess I could flip this bar around and have it sticking out and find a way to make it work that way. But you know, I still gotta tinker with things, still gotta adjust things to make it more comfortable, but I have gotten it pretty dang close to perfect. It's definitely improved my driving and all that stuff, so you guys will definitely see some videos with this thing. I've definitely been pretty excited about it, been doing almost nothing but racing with this thing. And it's really nice too, because it's got some wheels on the front here, so I mean, I can tuck it back here when I'm not using it, and when I want to use it, I just kind of, you know, lift it by the seat, and the wheels on the front, they'll roll right along here, and I just move my chair out of the way and I tuck it right here, and I got the monitor right there. And you know, I'm a little lower than I was before, but it's not that big of an issue for me, at least. But yeah, that aside, it sure is nice to be able to, I mean, just use my desk in its, you know, entirety, because, you know, before I had the shifter mounted here, so I couldn't use this thing at all without taking the shifter off. On top of that, since the shifter was here and, you know, the little clamp thing, you know, extended down to here, I couldn't open this drawer either, so this drawer was basically useless. And then since I had the e-brake mounted to this drawer, it had to always be open, so I couldn't close this drawer, so that was always annoying. And then finally, to make things even worse, since I mounted my steering wheel here, this drawer kind of had to be open to, you know, have clearance for the clamp, and so this drawer could only be half open, and if I wanted to open it all the way, I would have to take off the steering wheel completely. So it sure is nice to have my whole desk back, aside from the fact that I don't have to, you know, reach around a steering wheel to type and, you know, play Counter-Strike and all that. I can actually fit a full-size mouse pad on here now. But you know, it's just great. I'm loving my setup so far. I got my nice new computer here. Probably the first time you guys are seeing that. That's my GTX 1080 Ti Republic of Gaming. Very nice machine. I got my Ryzen 5 in there, water cooled, of course, and that nice Corsair tower, the 600C. So a lot of exciting stuff coming from my channel, guys. Got a new racing cockpit, new computer to be powering the BeamNG drives for you guys, so you guys don't have to watch that shit on its lowest graphic settings. I can actually pump up those graphics a bit. And then of course, this is my new you know, 144 hertz 1440p monitor, so that's another great addition to my setup. So yeah, a lot of cool new things coming to my channel. It's gonna be a good year for Plock the Master Gamer, I'm telling you guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned, stay subscribed, because there's definitely gonna be a lot of fun stuff coming for you guys. But until then, this has been Plock the Master Gamer with a quick little update video here for you. And yeah, hopefully I get back to making my normal BeamNG videos and stuff here shortly. But until then, have a good day. Peace out.